Welcome to the Ayurvedic Way, where we explore ancient health and cooking secrets from India that have helped people live in balance for thousands of years. I'm Randall Mark.
I'm Amrita Sondhi. Today we're talking about the benefits of meditation on the health. We'll be cooking a red lentil soup that's got vegetables in it. It's calming and sattvic in Ayurveda.
Now I'm heading up to a monastery. We're going to talk about the connection between spirituality, health, and our bodies. Stick around, it's going to be a great show. Today we're talking about meditation in our bodies and the connection between how we eat and how we feel when it comes to meditation. Why did you choose this salad for a show on meditation?
Well, this salad has the 6 tastes that balance all the doshas in the body. When the body's happy, we're ready to meditate. If the body's not happy, we're not actually ready to meditate.
So what's this salad called and what are we putting in?
We're putting in, we've got mixed greens, which are gorgeous, organic. We've got beets. Now, if your pita out of balance, if your pita in balance, great. Then you'd use less beets, less carrots for pita out of balance, as they're slightly heating. But in the balanced salad,
just
fantastic.
Put the sprouts in.
Sprouts are live foods. The food value is up to 40 times increased. Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Fantastic with all the fiber, all the nutrition.
And this?
These are the mint that has the cooling for
Dump
pita.
that right in?
Yeah,
Okay,
so that'll balance out. So
you're going to toss
effect.
that. And I'm going to make the dressing.
Yes, and all you do is mix these ingredients in a bowl. The dressing, when you make it, we've got fresh lemon juice.
Okay, I just
which
pour
is
that
so
into
wonderful.
a jar. This is just about shaking stuff up.
Yes, we've got real hemp seed oil, which is just fantastic. It's got the omega-3s in it. It calms the mind, calms the doshas, has so much nutrition. It's the good oil that you hear so much about.
And this mustard.
That's the Dijon mustard that adds the slightly heating, that peps us up.
And a little bit of garlic.
And a little bit of garlic. Now, if you had way too much pita and you wanted it more sattvic, you'd cut it to ginger.
Okay, so now a little salt and pepper. Can I do that?
A little salt and pepper.
Little pinch of pepper.
Salt and pepper.
A little pinch of salt, and I just shake this up.
Shake it up.
That's
awesome. An easy and wonderful way to make.
Look at that.
Yeah, great.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, huh?
Okay.
We've got pumpkin seeds that have all the nutritions, iron, zinc, and lots of fiber. Again, the good oils, and we just sprinkle that on top. We've got cranberry seeds that add that sweet taste.
And I just drizzle this right in?
Drizzle it right in.
Okay, I love it.
Awesome, that looks so good.
So
yum,
this
yum,
is,
yum.
I love this garlic and I can smell that.
Yum.
So the idea is that this type of food helps us calm down, get us into the place where we can pay attention to our body, pay attention to our lives, and open ourselves up to spirituality in the world. Coming up next, we're going to make a red lentil soup and a spelt oatmeal bread. It's going to be fantastic. Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. Today we're talking about meditation and balance and the connection between our body and health and spirituality. Tell us about this soup.
This is a red lentil vegetable soup. I'm going to start by sauteing the ginger. We've omitted the garlic and the onions here just to make this more sattvic, which means calming in Ayurveda.
When we talk about the doshas, I know in the Ayurvedic system, our people are divided up into 3 body types. And we all have little bits of each. I'm more of a pitta. I'm a bit more fiery, a leader. And what are the other 2 again?
Vata and kapha. Vata is the wind, pitta is fire, kapha is earth. I'm just going to put in some of the ginger, which even though it is a little bit warming, it's very good to have a bit because we're all made up of all 3 doshas. Okay, even though we might be predominantly 1 or 2,
So you're adding the celery.
I'm adding celery.
Now these guys
I'm
over
sauteing
here.
ginger and celery. Carrots, let's put the carrots in
Okay,
next.
I'm going to put the carrots in this.
Yeah, thank you.
And this type of soup was obviously designed to help us relax, calm, get our bodies in balance no matter what dosha we are.
Yeah,
I've
as we
got-
said in the earlier, when we're happy, we can meditate, when our
Right.
body's happy.
We've got 2 peppercorns
Thank you.
and cloves.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. That's
These
cool.
are all important, the taste we've got here, because they're salty, sweet, sour, astringent, bitter, and pungent.
All 6.
All 6 tastes are
Okay.
there that balance out the doshas.
Okay, now what else can I put in? Should I put the water in now?
Let's put the lentils in.
Okay, here we go. These
Yeah,
are the lentils
great.
here.
The red lentils cook quickly, so it's a great, easy dish to make. They're easy to digest.
And this is the bouillon, right?
The bouillon cubes, yes, thank
Goes
you.
right in.
Yep.
And the water.
And the cinnamon stick.
Ooh, I love
Lovely cinnamon stick adds the flavor, it adds the warming. Here we've got the water coming in.
just
This is
put it right
6
in?
cups of water, can go right in.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't that great?
Okay.
We're adding some bouillon that'll add lots of flavor to this soup. Oh, I
So
think
now-
that already went in.
Yeah, we did that. Now a little
pinch
pinch
of
of
salt.
salt and pepper.
Sure.
Pinch of salt.
And this is to taste. You can always season your soup to taste.
So it's very simple. We didn't add a lot. We got some nice vegetables in there.
Yeah.
And what you've done is combine it, and you're going to let it simmer. How long do we let it simmer and cook?
It should be ready in about 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay. And again, no matter what dosha a person is, this is the kind of food that can help bring balance, calm you down. Because when you are in the right zone as a person, then you can begin to open yourself up to the present moment, which is really what meditation is all about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're going to let this simmer here for about 20 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to make some fantastic, fresh spelt bread. Well, and now we're able to make some organic spelt bread. So first of all, what do we start with here? Oats and?
And hot water. We put half a cup of oats in 1 cup of hot water.
Okay.
We let it just get to a warm place.
Okay, so that's kind of nice and soft.
Yeah.
So now what are we going to add in here now?
We're going to add the honey.
The honey, okay.
Yummy
This is a
honey.
nummy sweeten.
Yes.
This is a way to
with
obviously
slight
sweeten without
sweet
some sugar.
taste, exactly.
Nice. Okay.
And we've got a
This
little
is,
bit of...
This is a dark molasses, isn't it?
Yeah, molasses is so good for us. It's an excellent way of getting iron.
Look at that. It's
As
really
well
dark.
as delicious in bread, always.
Okay. So what else do I have here?
We've got a little bit of...
A bunch of salt. There's a teaspoon and a half, I think.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
important that the salt is in early, before the flour is put on, so that it doesn't mix with the yeast, as it deactivates the yeast.
And then some butter.
Here's some butter.
And lastly,
And here's some beaten eggs.
a
We've
lightly
beaten
beaten
some eggs.
egg here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all ready to go there.
Okay, now we're adding the spelt
behind here.
flour, which is from a local mill, which is the best you can
It
get.
is. I mean, this is a friend of mine, Anita's organic flour. It's fantastic. You just get all this spelt flour right in there. Just dump it in, I guess.
Dump it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're using a bread maker here, and it's a really simple way to do that. So we've made a nice little hole in the top, and then we put the yeast right on the top of the flour. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put it in there. That's pretty simple. This is ready to go.
That's ready to go.
Okay,
And it goes
so
in the
we
bread
can go
maker.
put it in the bread maker here.
Yeah.
And now, what else can we do with this? Here we go. I'm just dropping that in.
Yeah. That's good,
Okay.
Randall. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now, some people can just want to make the bread just like that. It's beautiful. It's great.
Right.
But we kind of went a little bit crazy, and we made the dough
Yeah.
in the bread maker,
Yeah.
took it out,
Yeah.
shaped it into a nice loaf pan,
Yeah.
and you're going to bring that out. I love
Yeah.
that.
Here's our beautiful loaf of bread.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Pop that down.
And now we're going to brush it with honey.
Can I do that?
Yes,
I
please,
want to brush.
sure. Brush it with a bit of
Ooh.
honey. Nice.
And then look at that.
And
Oh, it
then
just
we'll
kinda makes it
just
sticky, I
sprinkle
guess,
it.
eh?
Yeah, I can
And then
help
what do you
finish
do?
that. That's
Okay,
beautiful,
you finish
Randall.
that up.
And
Wow, that's
Isn't that
fantastic.
gorgeous?
There's beautiful organic homemade spelt bread. Next, we're going to take you up to a monastery. We're going to talk about the connection between spirituality, health, and our bodies. Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. I went down to a monastery where I talked about the connection between spiritual meditation, our bodies, and nature. The latest scientific research is showing the powerful health benefits of spiritual meditation and prayer. Father John Braganza is the abbot at Westminster Abbey in Mission, British Columbia, where the monks incorporate prayer into every aspect of their lives. Father, what is the role of spiritual formation as human beings? Why is that such an essential, piece in our lives? And secondly, what role does nature, creation, have in helping us become reflective people?
Well, I think when you think of the human being is both composed of matter and spirit, but in the unity of a person. And I think that's the key sort of focus you need to have to understand the relationship between spirituality and creation.
So then what role does prayer play in as a human? Why is it important? I'm busy, I've got children, I have a life. Why is it important I stop, reflect, pray? Why is that so essential?
Because, as we say, the human being is an incarnate spirit. It's a person in the unity of his body-soul relationship. But the spiritual aspect is more essential to him. But the spiritual aspect is less tangible.
Yeah, it's hard to get a grasp on. What does that even mean?
And
We're spiritual. What does that mean?
What spiritual means is that spirit is without form or without matter, without material. But in the human dimension of spirituality is precisely a relationship. It's a relationship for the Christian, it's a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And so whenever you talk about spirituality, whether you talk about it in a Christian sense or in a non-Christian sense, you have to come up with this relationship.
So I come up here into this abbey, and there's a serene feel, there's a beauty, and I find that when I'm around beauty, it draws something out in me. It's almost like it's crying out for some sense of worship, that God is here in this beautiful place.
Well, I would say God is in every, God can be found, or put it this way, all created things don't point to themselves. St. Augustine had a beautiful line. He says, well, ask the flowers, where did you get your beauty from? He says, not from me. Ask the trees, where did you get your beauty from? Not from me. So created things, insofar as they're natural things, have a beauty that lifts us out of ourselves.
Right.
Why does beauty lift us out of ourselves? Because if you analyze beauty itself, beauty has the peculiar characteristic of drawing both the heart and the mind.
Right.
Truth draws the mind. Something good draws the heart. But beauty is the order of truth and goodness and just draws the whole heart and mind.
One of the things that's so unique about the monks that are up here is not only is this just an abbey or a monastery, you grow food, you have a farm here, you work with the soil. What's the connection between spirituality and food and nutrition?
Well, you're putting it in the Christian context. If you go back to creation, in other words, God created man and woman and he gave them creation to care for. And so in creation itself, there's what I call a grammar of ascent. The grammar of ascent means through created things, we can learn spiritual things. So you work. You have to work so many months to have the fruit produce, have the seed produce fruit. So you learn patience. As you work through the years, you learn you have a certain understanding of nature. So you learn that there's an order in nature.
And yet so much of our world now, we get pre-packaged food. We have a disconnect between where we're even getting our food, that it's even from the earth, because we don't put labor into our food anymore.
Yes.
Is that part of maybe the disconnect that people are feeling, the lack of connection with God, because we no longer have a connection with the earth?
It could be, I would say it's partly that. I would say again, though you may not immediately see the connection, the main difficulty today that people face with regard to this disconnect that you're talking about is they are unfamiliar with deep personal relationships. However, because, as I say, we are human beings and we exist in time and in history, we have to work and we have to eat. And so nature itself is given to us to allow us to learn how we are to be. In other words, there's a certain wisdom in natural thing that teaches us how we are to live and how we are to be.
Right.
You mentioned earlier on the city life being fast and furious, so to speak. Well, when you work with nature, you can be fast and furious because it doesn't respond to
It
you.
forces you to slow down.
So it forces you to slow down,
Right.
so you get a rhythm that is natural. So as that happens, you get more in touch with yourself insofar as you realize your body has a rhythm too, and you respect the rhythm of your body. Your body has a balance of rest and activity, just as nature has day and night. And so there's a certain wholesomeness, there's a certain unity that you experience with yourself and with nature. However, I would say the more essential connection, like you say, you come up here to the Abbey and you see everything beautiful. Well, we try to dispose the natural things to reflect somewhat the interior peace and the interior order that we are looking for too.
Wow. Thank you so much for talking to us about these very, very important things. The beauty of creation points to a creator, and as you're saying, we are made not to look at these, but to look beyond. Thank you so much for the conversation today.
You're very welcome.
All the best.
Meditation. It's a fantastic way to connect the body and the mind, and a very good exercise for connecting body and mind in a focused position is called a static bridge.
Welcome back to the Ayurvedic Way. Exercise and yoga are excellent ways to bring the body back into balance. It brings peace, and once we're in balance and in peace, we're ready for meditation. As always, consult your physician before starting exercises.
Meditation. It's a fantastic way to connect the body and the mind, and a very good exercise for connecting body and mind in a focused position is called a static bridge. The way it's done is we get down on the floor, on the grass, on the carpet, wherever you are, on your elbows, make a fist, put the other hand over the fist, and you're going to go off the knees onto the toes. You want to squeeze your abdominal wall, which means pull your belly button towards your spine, and just hold this position for as long as you can, and continue to breathe all the way through. You'll feel your core, especially the lower core underneath, really light up. And focusing your mind on that position to hold it will make you sharp. So, for meditation and mind control, it's the static bridge. Until next time, start light and do it right.
The balancing poses, like the tree, are especially good at bringing peace to all the doshas. When we do the tree, we visualize our deep connection to nature and its inherent wisdom. We become aware of how a tree grows without effort and has all the intelligence needed to survive in balance for hundreds of years without moving.
In the same way that exercise and yoga is a very helpful way to focus and get relaxed to meditate, we're going to make some loose tea that helps us really balance and get focused.
Yes.
So what's all in our
We're
loose tea
using
here?
some wonderful dry spices. We've got whole cardamom pods.
You just sprinkle them in this towel. I'm going to crush them.
Yeah, you could use a brown paper bag, but we didn't have one today. And if you don't have one, just use a dish towel.
Okay.
Okay, we've got cloves, whole cloves. We've got fenugreek.
I don't even know what that is, but sure.
Oh, it's a wonderful thing for the digestion. It calms the stomach.
And what's
This
this?
is fennel. Fennel seeds adds the sweetness. And this is the pepper. These all aid digestion, calm the body, calm the digestive organs.
So I'm just going to crush this.
That's
you
perfect.
can hear all
so
that.
he's crushing with a rolling pin. You can do that on a paper bag. Oh, that's perfect.
Look at
Randall.
that. That's enough, really?
That's beautiful.
What about some of these guys?
Yeah, let's put the cinnamon in, crush a bit of them. Maybe we do them over here because those
Okay.
are a bit semi-crushed now.
Okay.
We're going to put these in a bowl, and you can keep them in an airtight container for up to a month or so until you might drink it before then because it's delicious. It's a calming and it's also an energizing tea. Meditation requires calm, but it doesn't need you to go to sleep. It requires your energy to stay very present and awake as you go into the subtle bodies.
You know, that's exactly right. Because most people think that meditation...
Oh, that smells
that's good.
amazing, Randall.
Most people think that meditation is
That
about
is so
becoming
perfect.
kind of quiet. It is
Oh,
that, but it's about becoming more focused.
If you could smell this.
This is amazing. This is going to make a great tea.
Yeah. So just see how simple that was.
And then I just put...
Now just 1 or 2 teaspoons to steep in this hot water.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, that's
One more?
great. That's just a little.
And
That's
a little
perfect.
pinch of ginger.
Little pinch of ginger. This is fresh ginger.
Ooh, I love it.
The ginger might dry over a while, and you can then just mix it in with your tea, and it'll be a little bit dry.
This is fantastic. Amrita, I can't wait to try our tea and all the other things that we have made. This is really beautiful. Thanks so much. Well, Amrita, this has been an amazing episode learning about meditation and the power of food to really center us and calm us down. What are the foods here we ended up making?
We've ended up making a red vegetable lentil soup. We've made a salad that's grated beet carrot salad and an ancient grain spelt.
Organic homemade bread. I mean, it doesn't get better. And our tea. We made loose tea. This is incredible.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about the power of meditation and the importance of not going asleep, but being focused. And this kind of foods help us calm down and stay focused so we can really get into what it means to be meditative and be a spiritual kind of person. Coming up on the next episode of the Ayurvedic Way, we take you into the whole world of creativity. What's the connection between food, health, and our creative side? So looking forward to see you the next time on the Ayurvedic Way.